How you doing, man? Just in Cara.
Hey, Cara, how you doing today?
Good, brother. Good,
So, I
good,
just
good.
wanted to ask you about the partnership between Reebok and and Footlocker and getting that done with WWE. So, my first question for you: what are the ideas stem from to help Footlocker and Reebok Classic debut a new WWE collection of footwear? And what has been your involvement in the process so far?
Well, it's as we all know, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, so it's been an idea for a while, going on, and I was very hands on the project. I had the opportunity to talk to the people that were directly with Foot Locker and Reebok, and I had a lot of input in it, which is awesome. With the T-shirts and with the shoe and little ideas and the box and everything that the shoe comes in with. So I feel very honored to be able to participate in this project.
Are there any other wrestlers that you're aware of or are friends with that are on board of the idea as well?
I mean, a few of my friends I told, about the project, and everybody was very happy for me that that something like this is it's going on and something like this is happening for me, which is pretty cool. And they hadn't really seen much of it. We were probably starting to know what was going on, and it'll be October 13th, the release date of the shoes and the two of the Sin Cara T-shirts, and there's gonna be two tees for Eddie Guerrero, honoring Eddie Guerrero.
Nice, nice. So it's only about 9 days away. You said the 13th, so just about a little over a week away.
Yes, sir. It'll be here soon, and I'm very excited. People are already asking for it. I posted some stuff on my Instagram stories, and I've been getting messages from people now like, where can they get him? How can they get him? And what's the amount? What's going to be the price and all that stuff. So we're gonna have more details on that soon. But as of right now, October 13th is going to be the release date, and they're going to be $120.
Very nice, very nice. Sounds exciting. And prior to this point, why do you think an official line of WWE footwear had not really happened? I mean, there's been some instances with Ric Flair and WrestleMania and Money in the Bank with Puma. Why has it been kind of some uncharted territory, so to speak, prior to this point, before your recent relationship with Foot Locker and Reebok Classic?
To be honest, it's like maybe timing is perfect sometimes. In this case, it's one of those things that it was able to work out between the company and Foot Locker and Reebok. So I'm not really sure the details on why we haven't done other things with other superstars, but I feel blessed to have the opportunity to be one of the first ones to ever have his own shoe, which is an awesome opportunity to put my brand out there.
And WWE is already known for its merchandise. I mean, pretty much everyone has a T-shirt. Everyone has this or that nowadays in the WWE shop and whatnot. How do you think this is going to open the door for more potential partnerships down the road with other companies, as well as kind of tap into that market for footwear in WWE?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of sneaker lovers, and maybe some people that don't know about wrestling, they're gonna end up knowing about who Sin Cara is, or who Ric Flair or other superstars are at, especially because it's not gonna be like the typical you go to shop.com or you go to a wrestling show to buy a wrestling T-shirt. You're gonna see it at a Foot Locker, and maybe the fan that is not that's not the normal fan for us is gonna have the opportunity to buy a T-shirt, even if he doesn't know about wrestling. But if he likes it, he's gonna buy it. He's gonna wear it. So I think that's a great opportunity here that we trying to get to a different type of view, a different type of market.
And were you a shoe collector growing up, and are you still one today?
Well, growing up, I didn't have the means to be a shoe collector,
Mm-hmm.
so it was kind of hard. But nowadays, I am. I have a bunch of shoes at home, sneakers, and I have a bunch of them that I haven't worn yet. I like to wear my sneakers, but I don't have the time sometimes, and so I have them there. But it's one of those things that every time I open my closet and I see it, I feel pretty good about it. It's fun to be able to have things that you always wanted, and now that I have the opportunity to have them, I enjoy them.
Is there anyone else in the WWE locker room that's big into shoes and big shoe collectors? I know Enzo has kind of been well documented, the shoe collector, and Shane McMahon as well. Anyone else that you can share about, that you can talk about?
Yeah, Kofi Kingston is one of those guys that
Mm-hmm.
loves sneakers also, and I know Big Cass also loves Jordans, and a few of the guys, Rusev too. He loves tennis shoes. So it's funny, like some of us like that see each other usually tend to talk about sneakers, and what when is the release date for certain sneakers, or what color are they coming out and things like that. And then we ask, did you get them, or how did you get them? How did you find them? So we tend to talk a little bit about that. Some of the boys really like the sneakers, so it's fun to be able to talk about something besides just wrestling.
And you said the release date is October 13th. How long had this idea been brewing for? I mean, you've been with WWE for a long time now. What was kind of the point where this kind of got in motion and it's getting to where it will be on October 13th?
Well, it was one of those things that came into life like about a month and a half ago. We talked about it. They had a little bit of input in what was going on, and they made it happen. So I'm very blessed, very happy that we got it done, ASAP. So I think people are going to really enjoy having the shoe and having the box and everything that comes with it. It's going to be a great package.
And you mentioned Eddie Guerrero earlier, too. What kind of influence did he have on your career, and how did he kind of pave the way for future Latino wrestlers in WWE?
Well, for me growing up, I grew up in El Paso, Texas, Ciudad Juarez. That's where Eddie grew up also. So, I had the very first look of Eddie's career, when he was starting back in the day. And I was about 8, 9 years old when he started wrestling. He was about 18. So I remember, vividly a lot of the matches that he had when he started, and how he evolved into what he became, a superstar and known all over the world. And so for me, it was a great influence. One of those people that I believed that if he did it, I could do it also. So he motivated a lot of us, a lot of people that were from that area, and not just from that area, but I think overall in Latin America, that anything could be possible.
And between yourself, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, Andrade Cien Almas, there's a lot of there's a plethora of Latino stars in WWE at the moment. Do you think any of them, including yourself, can fill that role that Eddie once had as a perennial main eventer in the WWE at some point?
I don't think, to be honest, like that's a question that nobody can really answer, because I can't compare myself to Eddie, or say that I'm gonna fill anybody's shoes. I'm Sin Cara. I'm unique. I'm different from everybody else. Kalisto's different. I think we just trying to make our own, history here in the company. And for me, the most important thing now is just to try and keep myself healthy and keep my legacy going. And hopefully one day when my career is over, I can say that I had a great career, also like Eddie, but nobody can replace Eddie.
Oh, absolutely. And Eddie was obviously one of a kind. And nowadays, it seems like there's more variety amongst the superstars, even than there was back then. I mean, like I said, between yourself, Kalisto, and everyone else in the Cruiserweight division, and a number of others, it really didn't seem that way for a long time. Of course, Alberto Del Rio was a former WWE champion, a former world champion. What have your thoughts been on the variety of the WWE superstars, Latino stars, and other people on top in WWE in the last number of years?
No, it's been fun. I have the opportunity to work with Alberto Del Rio, with Rey Mysterio when they were still here. So I was fortunate enough to work with those guys and learn from them. Nowadays we have, like you were saying, Kalisto, Lince Dorado, Andrade Cien Almas, Gran Metalik. We all come from, obviously, from Lucha Libre, but we all have our uniqueness. Everybody does different things in the ring, and the way our outfits are done are different. We tend to be unique, even if people don't really think we are. We are very different. We come in different shapes and sizes, and I think the most important thing now is for a lot of the, like, Gran Metalik and Andrade Cien Almas, is to adapt to the language barrier. Sometimes it's hard to adapt to certain things in the United States, especially if you don't know the language. So I think the most important thing right now for them is trying to adapt and learn the language to be able to speak it more fluently.
And you mentioned Rey Mysterio as well. Several years ago, that was considered a dream match by many WWE fans. And of course, this is a tough question to answer. But could that still be considered a possibility down the road if Rey was ever to make the comeback to WWE, considering his current freelance status in wrestling?
Well, anything can happen in life. Anything can happen, and I don't, I'm not saying that it's never going to happen. Never say never. If it happens, I'll be more than happy to be his, to be part of history, which would be pretty awesome. But as of right now, we all know that he's doing great out there, as an independent worker. But if he ever comes back and that's a match that can be set up, I would love to work with him.
For you, what was it like to compete for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match in front of 100,000 people at WrestleMania 32, but not just at any WrestleMania, it was in your native Texas, so kind of take me through that experience.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I've been I'm a Cowboys fan also, so imagine being in the state of your favorite NFL team, and then being in front of your family, peers, friends, and it was just an amazing experience. Especially I never it was one of those things that I never thought it was gonna happen, and then when it did, I was just trying to enjoy the moment. I remember after the match, everything was done. I was just like I was exhausted emotionally because I had put so much into it, and prepare myself to be the best that I could be for the people and for everybody that saw us wrestle that day. So it was one of those moments that I ended up like letting myself cry a little bit and enjoy the moment and letting people know that I was human, no matter what was under the mask. I was still human, and I was gonna enjoy the things that I did to 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 the max.
And the match itself had kind of came together in the last few weeks right before WrestleMania. Was that something that you knew about months or weeks ahead of time, or did it really come together at the last minute as it did on TV?
No, no, it came together the last moment. I didn't have an idea if I was going to be in wrestling for the IC title match at Mania. There was a lot of ideas thrown. A lot of people like that they were going to put in the match, and some yes, some no. At the end of the day, I was part of history, and I was very blessed, and I think I did the best that I could to get that opportunity, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. All those people went crazy when I started doing crazy things off the ladder. So for me, that was one of those great moments in my career.
And you recently had homecoming in El Paso as well at a recent SmackDown Live house show where your son made your entrance with you, which was pretty cool. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, imagine as a father being having your son walk with you to something that you love. It was an amazing experience. My son, we call him Sin Carita now. So Sin Carita and me had a great time. He didn't know he was gonna do it with me. I took his outfit and put it in my bag, and he never knew about it till we got to the arena. And when we got to the locker room, I ended up unveiling him that he was gonna come out with me, and he was like, amazed. He was very happy. He was very anxious to come out. Every 15 minutes, he would ask me, "What time is it? What time is it? When are we going out? When are we going out?" So he enjoyed it. He had a great time, and my family had a great time. We all, enjoyed it. A lot of my friends, my family texted me, and they're like, "Oh, that was a great moment with you and your son." So those are. I'm just trying to make memories for my kid later on in life. When I'm here, at least he can say that his dad was a cool dad.
It definitely looked like a cool moment. I mean, they didn't make TV, like I said, it was a house show, but WWE did take footage of it. It's on their YouTube channel, so people could check it out there. It's pretty awesome. Just a final few questions for you. What was your brief stint like in the Cruiserweight division while you were on Raw? And do you think that WWE is currently using those guys to their full potential over on that show?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I was trying to make the most of my opportunity, but in my case, I was only there for a couple weeks. I wasn't really there for long, and I think the cruiserweights are great athletes. They talented wrestlers. But in my case, I think I'm just too big for the division. Not weight wise, because I weigh like 198. I can do the weight, but I think height wise, I'm a lot bigger. I'm about 5'10", and then when you put in the boots, I'm about six feet. So it's kind of like one of those things that I guess they want to have a certain type of wrestler in that division, which is fine. I didn't think it was a bad decision by the company not using me there. But I think now there's a lot of opportunities for all those kids that are doing that. Kalisto just did the transition into the 205, so I wish him the best, and hopefully that division can flourish now.
And final question before I let you go. Do you believe making this deal between WWE and Footlocker and Reebok Classic happen could be one of your biggest accomplishments? And if not just that, any other accomplishments you wish to have in the rest of your WWE tenure?
I'm sorry, you got cut off a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Any other goals you wish to have in WWE in addition to this relationship that you're kind of forming between Reebok Classic and WWE and Footlocker going forward?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of things that I still want to do in my career. I want to be a U.S. champion, an intercontinental champion, heavyweight champion, and maybe help Foot Locker design some shoes. That would be awesome, because I do some stuff on my own. I help some of my coworkers get their boots done and design some stuff for them. So I've done some of that work. So it'll be maybe in the future, it'd be fun to collaborate in doing some nice shoes.
Sounds good. Like you said, the shoes are out October 13th. People can check out those. And Cara, I appreciate your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, my friend.
Thanks a lot. I'll catch you down the road.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.